Yeah.
Welcome here into BBN Unfiltered. We're gonna do a live pop-up call-in show to see if we have any additional fans that want to chime in, give their thoughts, give their opinions on the last couple days. And there's been a lot of news come out from coaching changes, from player speculation, whether they're going to leave or stay, and all kinds of thoughts about Pope, obviously. So I wanted to do another live uh, call-in show, give y'all an option to hop back on if you couldn't hop on our show a couple nights ago. Now is your time. I'm gonna see if we can be on here for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how much traffic we get. What's up, Dougie Hudson? Call in, man. If you join in, the link up top in the chat, you can call in. You don't have to do video, you can do audio. Doesn't have to be don't have to use your camera. But I want to hear some more thoughts. Let me know if you follow us on social, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it because I don't know. For some reason, I feel like my main outlets have just been Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok here and there. But um, if you don't follow us yet, follow us. BBN Unfiltered. Just search on each social media platform. I'm gonna run this show on my own tonight. I just randomly decided to hop on and see if I can get any additional call-ins, some opinions, some thoughts from the fans. Again, there's so much coming out. Obviously, just saw where North Carolina is pursuing Billy Donovan. Whether there's truth to that or not, I don't know. Sounds to me like there is some truth to it, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them. I mean, 2 years ago, I said it over and over again. Why didn't we wait a week or two longer to at least present the option to Billy Donovan? And here we are. Who knows if North Carolina's going to get him, but if they do, you guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to throw a fit. I'm going to throw an absolute fit. Let me know if you're with me on that. I'm sure you guys are. I mean, my goodness. It was absolute malpractice for Mitch Barnhart not to even get the no from Billy Donovan. I mean, he was the first guy that we've gone to ever since, I don't know, ever since Tubby left, right? I mean, our first ask was probably Billy Donovan for the next 3 hires. Well, I guess 2, because it would have been Cal and then Pope. No, I'm sorry. Gillespie, Cal, Pope. So, yeah, the next 3 hires after that, Dougie Hudson says, yeah, I want Billy Donovan. I wanted him so bad. Wanted him so bad. And I'm telling y'all, if North Carolina lands him, oh, I mean, I'm talking, it's not going to be good. On our end, anyway, we will look like absolute fools. So we'll see. Again, I've said it multiple times. We'll see in the next 2 to 3 weeks what Pope is made of, ultimately, in the recruiting realm. Anyway, I mean, we've seen, like I said, man, we've seen, tidbits of success in his first year. And again, I think a lot of that was just like the Kentucky brand sold itself and the opportunity to be that first team after Calipari leaves to come back in and revamp and re-energize the UK basketball world and the Big Blue Nation in itself. And then I think it kind of just got sour and strung along with a lot of bad decisions as far as the situations the guys were in before getting to campus, before getting to Kentucky. And we can talk about the whole JQ thing all day. And I mean, I'm about blue in the face talking about JQ. I can't do it anymore. Y'all hop on. If you're joining in, you can click the link. It says like riverside.com studio. You can click the link, join in. I want to hear your all's thoughts. I want to hear some different opinions. Maybe if you're not in Kentucky, if you're not a Kentucky fan, hop on. Yep. This is just, I randomly just decided to hop on here, try to see if I can get some little bit more conversation bounce back, going back and forth. And I didn't really think all this through, but the whole YouTube live thing is a beast in itself. But I appreciate y'all hopping on if you are on. We got some games tomorrow, right? Basketball's coming back tomorrow, Thursday. Trying to get my brother-in-law to come on. He's a big Spurs fan, and I want him to just come in and talk about De'Aaron Fox and Keldon Johnson and just, the Kentucky guards in the NBA who I mean, he's all about NBA and he's, I mean, I would be too if I was in San Antonio and have seen a Spurs dynasty for years and years. We'll see if he can come on. Let's go, Gabe. Hop on here, bro. I know you ain't got nothing else to do. If you are watching and listen, I'm working on some content that I want to bring in during the off season, as far as hearing from former players, opinions from people around the program, but especially former players. And one in particular that I'm working on in the process of getting set up is a combo interview with Aaron and Andrew Harrison, getting their thoughts on this year's team, getting their thoughts on the state of Kentucky basketball, and more. My goal is to get them on at the same time so we can kind of watch and listen to like their dynamic together rather than just separately. But stay tuned. Hopefully, I can get that to happen here soon. Again, if you're hopping on here, you can click the link, join the show, ask me a question about Kentucky, give me any news that y'all have heard. There's so much false information going on out there and being posted on Facebook, and like I can't tell you how many times I've seen uh Pope's been fired from Kentucky. So and so is being considered for a job. So like y'all make sure that you pay attention to the sources that you're believing on social media because 60% of it is fake news. Completely fake. So obviously you know where the credible sources are. So just be careful on that because a lot of that junk is not even close to being true. Dougie Hudson, if you're still on here, you hop on almost all of our shows. All right, do you live in Kentucky? I feel like I've seen your name pop in almost every live show that we've done. Let me know. Drop a comment. Make sure y'all are following us on social media. I'm trying to make sure we keep that going and stay relevant in that world. This is BBN Unfiltered live call-in pop-up show. Didn't plan it, just wanted to do it just to see if we can get some characters on here. You never know what you're going to get. I feel like people are, I don't know. There's so many shows that are saying, "Oh, Kentucky fans are so bad. No wonder nobody wants to coach there or go play there." Do these people not realize it's been like this since the beginning of time in Kentucky basketball? Like the only reason it's so intensified right now is one, social media it rules the world. Two, social media works like the stuff that you watch, it will continue to pull into your feed. So if you're watching negative things about Kentucky, that same type of content will continue to come up on your feed just because you're watching it, right? As part of the algorithm. So the negativity has always been there. It's magnified right now because, and then on top of that, we're losing. We haven't been to a final Elite Eight. We haven't been to the Elite Eight since 2019, the Tyler Hero, Keldon Johnson, PJ Washington team. So we're looking at, 7 years. 7 years. So, I think we're a little bit agitated. I think we're a little bit frustrated. I think that the, lack of success in March, to me, that's why I'm so frustrated. I don't care if we have an up and down season in November, December, January, February. I've said it over and over again. We have to win in March. We got to win in March. Winning in March will literally solve every problem. And I think there's so many different ways to do that in today's college basketball world. Are there more factors that a coach and a program have to navigate? Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, there's way more. You would even argue that there's twice as more, aspects that these coaches have to navigate now compared to like what Tubby had to navigate 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So and Rick Pitino even hit on that yesterday. I think he went on Barstool Sports I think he said something like, "I'm not having fun, not because of his team, not because of his players, not because of his program, more so like the randomness and the lack of control from the NCAA with the transfer portal and all of the NIL crap. It's not fun for him. I mean, obviously the man loves coaching, but how many times do we have to hear from a Hall of Famer coach about these issues until it's fixed? How many times? How many coaches have to? How many Hall of Fame coaches have to retire before these issues are fixed? I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're slowly killing the sport and just making it like I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. Patino said it. Cal said it. You want to talk about two guys that oppose on almost everything? Patino and Cal. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Again, this is BBN Unfiltered live pop-up show, March 25th. We're looking at like 10:40 p.m., so it's a little bit late. I might have a guy or two that will hop on here with us and give us some thoughts, some opinions, whether it's NBA guys that are from Kentucky or current guys and coaches, whatever it might be. Click the link if you want to hop on. I'd love to have some conversation, to answer any questions, and just hear your thoughts. Just hear your thoughts. I'm trying to get some reps in hosting a live show by myself just to see if I'm able to do it. And it is hard. It's very hard. I've listened to KSR for, gosh, 12, 13, 14 years maybe. And I've always heard Matt say whenever he would do ESPN radio that, gosh, like so many of these hosts will just talk and talk and talk by themselves, a continuous monologue. And he's like, I can't do that. And I understand what he's saying now because it is tough to just keep on going without having any bounce back and being able to shoot ideas and conversation to someone else in the show. So I get that. I mean, these people that do an hour, 2 hour shows just talking over and over again without even taking a breath, it's kind of unbelievable. But also, I would even argue that it's boring. I think the most entertaining shows have multiple personalities, have different guests, different sources that bring in opposing opinions, and that are able um, to converse civilly and without being rude and ugly. And I think there's a lot of this, I don't know, industry, podcast, radio. Feel like there's just so much like bashing back and forth and like, oh well, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, or so and so, because of jealousy, because of following, who knows. But I mean, I think if we can all work together, then everyone will eat. Everybody's going to eat, just like playing ball, right? If you can work together as a unit, everybody can eat. Looks like we do have a call in the lobby. Trav, let's see if we can get him in on here. Everyone will eat. Trav, what's up, man?
What's going on, Austin?
What you got tonight? I shot you a message just to let you know we were hopping on a quick show.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. I got maybe a dream scenario.
Okay, what's that?
Hire Billy Donovan as general manager. Hire Rajon Rondo and Mo Williams as an assistant.
As an assistant to
Pope. As assistant coaches.
Okay.
You're gonna take care. You've got one of the most brilliant minds ever in Rajon Rondo. And the crazy thing, I don't know if it's a hot take, but a take I've got is Kentucky didn't get to see the best of Rondo. The NBA did.
Absolutely. Yeah, agreed 100%.
And he was good at Kentucky. He was great at Kentucky, actually.
He was good. I feel like he was a little bit held back just because of Tubby's style of play. Sure. I feel like Rondo would have excelled better in Cal's style of play in that era anyway. Right. But no, I agree.
So let's say you get was Donovan. What would you say? Was he 2 or 3 on the list? Because I believe Hurley was 1, right, before Pope was hired.
Well, I mean, to my knowledge, we only made 2 official offers, which was
Drew
Hurley and Drew Scott Drew, whatever.
Right.
So to my knowledge, we only made 2 official offers. Obviously, yeah, there was some chatter about a few other guys, but those offers were never made. So
Okay.
we got a no from, and if y'all know different, correct me if I'm wrong. If we got a no from Danny Hurley and Scott Drew and
Hmm.
went straight to Mark Pope.
Okay.
When we knew that if we could just hold off another 10 to 14 days and just get that no from Billy Donovan first. I mean, I'm telling you, man, if North Carolina were to land him, and I don't know if it's likely, obviously,
Right.
the media and social media of all these, speculations, it may be completely false or
Per-
just like someone said his name and it
Sure.
just blew up.
Right.
But if it does happen, bro, I'm telling you, I, I'll be furious.
I agree.
I'll be 10 times more furious then than I am now if that does happen.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, man, you're talking about a coach who knows the ins and outs of college basketball and the NBA. Obviously, he'd have a huge learning curve for the transfer portal and the NIL,
Right.
landscape. But the dude won back-to-back championships in 06, '07 with Florida.
Hmm.
You talk about someone who knows how to win and create a championship culture. It is Billy Donovan,
But
and
would
I'm
you
telling
not?
you. Go ahead.
Would would you not say that could you maybe compare the transfer portal to free agency in the NBA? Maybe.
I mean, you could. The only thing about free agency, man, is like those guys are they're number one, they're playing in the NBA, so they're still trying to build their career
Right.
long term. They're
Right.
not looking for a short term payday or a
Hmm.
short term. I'm gonna transfer here and collect as much as I can, or
Sure.
transfer here and take over the show. I feel like especially the ones that are sophomores and juniors, they only have 1 or 2 years of eligibility. So
Right.
I think, and a lot of these guys aren't true NBA guys,
Hmm.
NBA caliber guys. So they're trying to get their payday while they have their eligibility, and
Sure.
that's their number one priority.
Right.
So the long term game isn't there. So if you compare free agency in the NBA to the transfer portal, I think that's the biggest difference, and I think that's the most important difference.
I think that's very, very, very fair. I didn't really look at it like that, and I really take your great point of they're not NBA guys, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
because I mean, if you look at, I would say, man, like 85% of these transfers, they don't end up playing in the pros. If they
sure.
do, they might make a roster and kind of fizzle out. There
Right.
might be the top 3 or 4, within that following year that make it to the NBA and might build a little bit of a career. But
Sure.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, I will say, and I definitely don't follow the NBA like I do college, especially until playoffs hit because that's when it gets fun and everything. But I totally could not if somebody gave me an over under of Darius Miller's career, and shout out to Darius Miller, I would not have said 12 years in the league. Yet he was. Maybe it wasn't 12, maybe it was 11. But I do take
yeah,
your point, and I do think it's right and fair, but in 2 years outside of injuries, and I know I said this on the other day, I do think that we have to take that into some perspective. I do believe you've probably watched the Mark Pope show that happened on Monday that I got to watch yesterday, and I know you said maybe we should have put this off until after that. I'm not going to just get into that just yet because I don't want to boil your
yeah,
blood, and I don't want to say the two letters you don't want to speak about either. But let's talk about what have we had trouble with. Now, Lamont Butler was a great point guard, but he had trouble with his injuries, right? Say if you
yeah.
were to bring Rondo in, one of the greatest ever of the modern game, point guard mind to help, do you not think, we don't know, we will never get this answer, but do you not think he could have helped not only DA be better, but the progression maybe even be faster? Like once we actually knew, like me and my cousin, I talked to my
I
cousin
mean,
today about a season grade, right? That's not what I'm going to get into, but I'm just saying I was talking to him about this and about that. We
yeah,
literally said after the Louisville game, if Jalen Lowe has trouble with it popping in and out, just shut him down for the season. Give him a medical red shirt. Let's go with let's know what we have rather than coming in every game and game in and game out going, well, is J Lo possibly going to play? Is the other guy possibly? Let shut him down.
yeah,
If he needs
yeah.
surgery, don't prolong it, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
say if that, I guess that was my question. If
Yeah.
say Rondo was on the staff, do we not think he could have further sped up the process for DA?
Yeah, that's a valid question. Could he have made a little bit of a difference, Travis? I mean, he could have, but
Right.
in reality, I mean, you have a senior guard who's been, on a Florida roster for the last 3 years, who played against, what's his name, last year with, or played with, and against every day in practice, Walter Clayton.
Walter Clayton.
So theoretically, I mean, Denzel, I mean, he ended up coming into his own, but he wasn't a natural point guard. So
Right.
teaching the natural point guard position to a two guard, I don't care if you're Rondo, I don't care if you're,
Yeah.
the thing is the player still has to do it. They have to
Right.
make the plays. They have to, and the point guard position it's like a QB in football. If
Yeah.
you don't, if it's not natural, then it's going to feel and look awkward, and there's going to be breakdowns that other teams with true point guards just don't have.
Right.
And so, like, I think Rondo probably could have made a little bit of a difference, but I don't think it could have changed the season. The season. Um, at the end of the day, I think we need better players and coaches. I mean,
No, I'm
from
with you.
top to bottom. Yeah, I mean, we can get all of the former NBA guys that went to Kentucky or whatever, and come in and coach, and I'm all for it. But we need some dogs
Yeah.
that can score, that can create their own shots, that can create for others, that hold other players accountable, and that have that dog in them. I mean, I say that a lot, but it's just true.
So
I mean,
for me to bleed into your point, you want to talk about, and I believe Kyle said this the other day. Marcus Teague was a straight up dog. He was not the best pure point guard. He didn't score the ball well. He was the perfect guy for that team.
yeah.
He had an excellent career at Kentucky, but I use the sense, and of course a dog, but he was a pit bull, dude. He backed down from nothing. No
Yeah,
challenge
no,
was too
I
big.
agree. I agree. Cal had a way of getting those dudes, and those were also just the way that these guys were built back
Yeah.
in. And this was my era. I mean, I graduated in 2010. I played against Brandon Knight, Deron Lamb, Trey Burke. Well, here's the white point guard from Ohio State.
Aaron Kraft.
Aaron Kraft, played him several times. I mean, I think that was just the way we were built, man.
Yeah.
My generation, and I'm telling you, these kids now, they're different. They just are. The generation behind us, I think they're different. I think they're softer. I
Yeah.
think that they want immediate gratification. I think that they feel like it should be all about them when the first things first. And I think that the really good coaches like Pitino, like Hurley, like Golden, a lot of these guys preach this is about the team. This is about us as a unit working together to achieve a common goal.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Trav, I got another call I want to get
oh, you're
into
good.
real quick. If I'm still going, hop back on.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Have a
All
good
right,
one,
bro.
buddy.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yes, sir. Gabriel.
What's up, man? How's it
Hey,
going?
what's going on, brother? You are on BBN Unfiltered live on
Oh
YouTube,
man,
brother.
thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
I've been following you guys now for a few months. I think you guys are doing a great job.
I appreciate it. Greatly appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man.
So
Yeah.
for the listeners, hey, this is my brother-in-law. I love this guy. He is a
Appreciate
San
that.
Antonio. He's a Texan, a San Antonian. What is it? San Antonian?
San
Right?
Antonian, a
San
Texan,
Antonian.
yeah. Yeah.
A diehard Spurs fan, and he's living the luxury of having De'Aaron Fox as his point guard.
And you know,
And
man, oh no, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
go ahead, Gabe.
No, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I don't know how they pull that trade off with the Kings when it was like a year and a half ago. That was one of the craziest trades I'd ever seen. I feel like San Antonio virtually they sent them nothing, and they got one of the best point guards in the league, which was absolutely insane. So
Yeah,
I think we feel spoiled here right
absolutely.
now. Yeah,
So y'all got De'Aaron starting point guard. Y'all got Wemby down
yeah,
low. Is
yeah.
Keldon Johnson's what, sixth or seventh man?
Yeah, so he is with the six man. Actually, as of right now, he's projected to win with the six man. And man, I mean, I got to say, I think this year, from the 5 or 6 years that he's been here in San Antonio, I mean, this is probably the biggest role I've seen him lead in.
Really?
And oh yeah, I mean, because I feel like I think this kind of goes without saying. I think Wimby, he's clearly with the best player on the team. But as far as
Avi.
with a leader, as far as a guy that's trying to hype up the team, trying to being with a coach slash player, I think it's been with Kendall Johnson. He's the guy that's been with the most vocal probably for the past 2, 3 years. And I think you kind of see
Interesting.
I think you kind of see with his leadership kind of translating not only on the court, but also off the court as well. So, man, I
That's
feel like San
awesome.
Antonio has been really spoiled like the past 4 or 5 years with all these guys that what they've been drafting. So,
All the Kentucky guards, man. I mean, we got Kentucky guards galore in the NBA. And my
oh
like
yeah,
if you've heard any of my clips, like my whole thing is I just want to get back to that. I'm not saying like we got to get all of these McDonald's All-Americans top 5 prospects every single year cuz some of
yeah,
them weren't. Like SGA, believe it or
yeah.
not, and you may not know this, he was second string for the first like 2 months of maybe like 6 weeks of the season at
What?
Kentucky. Yes,
Oh
Shea
my god.
Gilgeous-Alexander was a backup point guard until I want to say almost Christmas time his freshman year.
Oh my
Believe
god.
I
That is
mean,
insane.
believe it is. It is insane. So, I think, we don't always have to get that top-notch guy, and De'Aaron Fox was, but I just want to get back
Yeah,
to that
yeah.
level, man.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, look, I mean, I think I'm gonna be honest here. I mean, but I don't follow a whole lot of like with the college basketball. So, I mean, what has been with the biggest struggle as far as like trying to draft those guys? I mean, what's changed? I
to
mean,
to to
during the
recruit
past
them.
few years. Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
I think it's been obviously a coaching change. Coaching change 2 years
ah,
ago from
yeah,
from Calipari to Mark Pope. And
yeah,
then the whole NIL and transfer portal era has just been a complete whirlwind. And I
yeah,
think that we just
yeah.
we haven't had our coach just and our administration don't know how to navigate it, and it's for some reason it's not appealing to the top recruits. And I think it's about as simple as that, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of feel like that's been a problem with like everywhere. I mean, I think the team I follow the most is probably with the Longhorns and then with UK. But I mean, even with the Longhorns, I mean, they've had that same issue as well. I mean, it's like
Y'all
the
got
Wild
Sean
West now,
Miller.
man.
The
Yeah,
Texas has a good coach, man.
yeah,
Texas
yeah,
has a good coach, and they're
yeah, they do.
they can make a run. They're still in it, I think.
They are. I mean, they were with the
Yeah,
underdogs that game was well, last week. I'm surprised that they actually won that game. And so I think with their ranks, what was it? I think with number 11, I think they were.
yeah. They were
And
they
I
were
forgot.
11 seed in the tournament. They had to
Yeah.
play a play-in game just to get into the tournament, and then
Right.
they've
Yeah.
had a 3-game win streak. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I won't keep you too long. I just wanted to get your 2 cents on the De'Aaron Fox Spurs point guard
Well,
situation,
man,
bro. And
I mean, look, man, there's something about those UK guys. I mean, they kind of separate themselves from the pack. I mean, mainly with the guards. I mean, they are really with something else. And look, I mean, I'd say probably, well, past 10, 15 years, I think with offensively and as far as with like a ball handler, he's probably been the best player we've had offensively. I mean, ah, of course.
you're talking De'Aaron Fox.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
I mean, he's
interesting.
probably with the best slasher that we've had. I mean, I think we look back, back in 2017 with 2016. Obviously, Kawhi. I mean, he was with the guy, but I mean, he's not the slasher and with a playmaker that Fox is. I mean, probably. I mean, with the last playmaker that we had at that level was probably with Tony Parker. But I mean, I feel like offensively, I mean,
TP.
yeah, yeah. I feel like offensively, Fox is maybe a step above him. So,
Oh, dude, Fox was a dog, man. I think he was
yeah,
underrated in the NBA as soon as he got in. So,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Gabe, I
I think
appreciate
so
your
too.
input, bro.
Hey, nah, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Yeah. So,
All
look
right,
forward
brother.
to
I'll
seeing
let you
you guys,
go.
man. All
We'll
right,
talk to you
brother.
later.
All right, man. All
All
right.
right. That was my brother-in-law, Gabe. Love that fella in San Antonio. Y'all want to talk about San Antonio and Texas and some barbecue? I don't know if we have any Texans on the show right now, but Texas barbecue, you guys. If I have another passion at all other than sports and Kentucky basketball, it's Texas barbecue. I mean, I'm talking like y'all got to experience it. If you haven't experienced it yet, if you go to Texas, you got to get some real authentic Texas barbecue. Jake says, does this team honestly look that much better with Lowe this year? I'm not so sure. Yeah, no, Jake, I agree. I personally don't think that they do. I asked the question a couple nights ago. Let's put Jalen Lowe. Say Jalen Lowe is 100% from what we've seen. And I didn't watch him last year at Pitt, but from what we've seen, if you put 100% Jalen Lowe in that game a few days ago against Iowa State, does he lead us out of that mess? Does he handle the pressure, overcome it, create for others, all at the same time with like relieving the other players from their traps? I mean, we're talking like he'd have to get the ball up the court. I mean, do you see Jalen Lowe solving that pressure problem against Iowa State? And my answer was no. I don't see it. I think that he's a good player. I think he has a good shot. He doesn't seem to me like he looks to me like he's a shoot first point guard and then dish. So no, I mean, if you ask me, I'd rather go after somebody bigger, somebody better, someone tougher, somebody tougher. It doesn't even have to be better. I want someone tougher. I think, like, if you ask me, one of my most important aspects of a competitor, whether it's football, basketball, soccer, freaking pickleball, or damn table tennis, I don't care. I want a competitor. I want a tough-minded dude who is not afraid to fight, no matter what the circumstance is. I don't care how big you are. Y'all tell me, was Tyler Eulis a competitor? Was Tyler Eulis a big physical guard? No. But you could just see, look, and feel that, dude, nobody out there was gonna get the best of Tyler Eulis. I mean, he was 5'9", a buck max, like soaking wet. I mean, I'm talking, I think my wife is almost the same size as Tyler Eulis, okay? Going against 7-footers, 6'10", athletic freaks, and Eulis tore them up. And I think a lot of it had to do with the mentality he played with. I mean, give Tyler Eulis an Andrew Harrison body frame. Are you kidding me? So you sit here and tell me that having a chip, playing with a chip on your shoulder, having a level of dog in you and competitiveness doesn't make a difference. I want those guys. I don't want these pretty boys who come in here, who fall down whenever there's a little bit of a shove, who want to talk about how much money they're making, who, one little injury, one little knee bump, and they sit for 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I don't want those dudes here. I just don't think that's a recipe for success. But, it's also up to the coach to like cut that shit out. Like if you hop in practice and these guys start acting like a prima donna, I'm like, no, cut it out. Cut it out, man. Can't have it. Cannot have it. We're gonna get Trav back on here. Trav has a lot to say. He might become our number one caller by the end of the week. Welcome back in, Travis. Hey, you might become our number one caller by the end of the week, bro.
It might happen, but listen.
Only thing missing is you got to hop on video with me for the people.
For the people. I know. I told you I got an old phone. I still got a button on my iPhone, so let's squash that for now. But I want to get into a little bit of what you were speaking about before you had to take your other caller. I was talking a little bit about Marcus T. You were just alluding to it. You want to talk about the ultimate competitor? It was Tyler Eulis, because I'm here to say this is just my opinion. It is not a fact. But you give him Andrew Harrison's build, he was the number one overall pick that year. No doubt about it.
Dude, I've never actually thought about it until those words actually came out of my mouth just now, but that's dead ass. I mean, that's dead serious.
Well,
That's
this is
100% fact. You
this
give
is
him Andrew Harrison's body and the same skill set, Ulis he might have back-to-back NBA MVPs.
yes. I mean, he was literally he was he was listed at 5'10", and it's funny because even Leach, Tom Leach, liked to say, well, that's being generous. He may be about 5'8", 5'9". This man won SEC Player of the Year, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and was a first-team All-American in 2016 at that size. If that
Yeah, I
don't
know.
speak enough for what he was to us, Cal got thrown out at A&M, I believe it was. We were down like 6.
South Carolina.
It was, yeah, you're right. Because
South Carolina. I remember that game.
South Carolina, we came back and almost whooped them by 20 after Cal got thrown out of that
Cal
game.
got tossed, and Ulis just went to work, man. And obviously, we had Jamal Murray too.
Sure, and I get that game mixed up with Cal getting thrown out at Arkansas when Hagens walked him literally out of the stadium, and we came back and beat a crazy Arkansas team in Bud Walton Arena.
I remember that. Yeah,
but I'm with you, dude. Like, speaking about your brother-in-law, Keldon Johnson was a dog.
Johnson was, yeah.
He was a get it done no matter what. Like, if we would have asked the question in the CBS, I think it was the CBS Sports Classic. It might not have been because I don't think Seton Hall was actually in that. But if there was anybody we wanted to shoot that half-court shot, it would not have been Keldon Johnson. But you know what? He grabbed it, heaved it from half-court, banged it in for us to go into overtime. We did end up losing, but I'm there with you.
He was just someone who wanted the moment, man. You have to want the moment, and you have to have the demeanor of, I want the moment. You're not going to knock me off. And hey, if I miss, who cares, man? Next game.
Yeah, right. So if I had to go into, we now know that Hart's gone to SMU. I don't have any sources at all, but I'm, as Coach Kyle said, I am faithfully optimistic about Stokes. I don't know why. I can't explain it to you, but
do we have any news on a timeline of his decision?
So high school season, it's different in California, okay? They don't do...
Everything's different in California.
So that's true. So it's funny. I told you the other night that my cousin is a coach in the state of Illinois, and they do regionals. No, they do sectionals, regionals, semi-state, and then state. Of course, here in the state of Kentucky, it's districts, regionals, and then state. So, but I do know it's different in California, but it's also broken down into prep schools as well, because Geico Nationals is either right before the Final Four or right after the Final Four. And those are like the national invitational teams.
The prep schools is usually like the first or second week of April. Like, it almost aligns with Final Four, March Madness, it seems like.
Yeah. So his coach had said he is scheduling another visit to Kentucky. This was about 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago. He's not said anywhere, and I forgot to bring this up on the show the other day. I don't know if you guys seen it, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it, but it was, I'm almost positive, an 11 a.m. game after college game day. I don't remember if it was undefeated Arizona or not, but Bill Self coming into the broadcast, it leaves college game day and it's coming into the Kansas game. It was in Fog Allen, and he's coming out, cameras on him, and he's walking out, and you see Taylon Kinney, and he daps up Taylon Kinney, and then it looks like Stokes is sitting right beside Kinney, and they're both Kentucky kids, even though Kinney's at OTE and Stokes is now in Washington. And Stokes gets up like he's about to dap up Gillespie, and Gillespie just walks off. And I thought, ooh, is there something here? Is there not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
apparently we're looking, and this is, hopefully I am the one to drop this, even though, like I said, I've got no sources. I've seen, read, and even been told April 11th, Stokes is committing to Kentucky at the Nike Hoop Summit.
April 11th. So that's what, like right at just a little over 2 weeks away.
Yeah, the championship game's on the 6th, so I think that would be a Saturday.
And the the transfer portal opens up officially April 1,
Okay. I knew
correct?
it. I
I
believe so. It
I
got
feel like
moved
it's
back.
April 1. It may be, uh, someone correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been moved back to after the national championship game,
I don't
but,
think so. It was after the first round last year, and it did get pushed back. Now, a date on it, I am not sure,
yeah.
but I'm hearing rumblings of Jackson's Shellstad from Oregon, um, Ibuka Okori from
Yeah,
Stanford,
yeah.
the Finland, what are they calling him? The Finland monster, Mirinen.
Listen, I mean, anything again, I don't care who it is, what how tall they are. I want someone that has that competitive dog
Yeah,
mentality, someone that just has that
sure.
never quit mentality on the basketball court, and I want shooters. I want shooters and shot creators. So, you know, like I said a couple of days ago in our last show, Pope identified some great talent in our targets last year during this
Sure.
time, but we didn't get any of them. We got
Right.
like the second and third tier guys and paid them first tier money.
Yep.
So he's got to reel those in. So if April 11th is Stokes's, announcement day, if that is true, then we should theoretically have at least 3 or 4 true transfer commits by then if we're
Yeah.
doing things the right way. So like I said, we'll learn a lot in these next 2 or 3 weeks. We might be sitting here saying, "Dude, we got okay, all right, let's go. Let's get the season started now because we got some dogs this year now."
Is
So,
is this not our year for our foreign trip?
I have no idea, no idea. I mean, stuff like that.
Last trip we had was Reed, Rob, and Edwards. I do know that. It's when they played in something in Canada. They won the gold medal, which would have been what, 2024?
That
23.
would have been 23, 24, which was Cal's last year.
And
24,
it's
25 was Mark Pope's first year.
that's right. It's every
Yeah.
4 years. I do know that. And the only reason I bring that up is because what you just said. If we do get, like you said, if these next 2 weeks are what we want it to be, then it's like we don't care about that they show up June 1. We've got a foreign trip or whatever they call it where we could actually see some games in late July, early August. Now, of course, they don't mean nothing, but we always
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
see our team
those
on the
are those
floor.
are going to be so hit or miss, and
Right.
but yeah, it gives them an opportunity to play together. But I mean, they're doing that anyway, at Joe Craft and on campus and
Sure.
all summer, man. I mean, you want to talk about and you played ball. These guys are playing ball for hours upon hours a day.
Uh-huh.
The the chemistry should naturally be there. Game 1, November, whatever it is, that chemistry should be built because they have already been playing together for months. And if we're talking about Kentucky basketball players, elite level talent, that should be able to gel very quickly. But you have to have a coach who enforces it, that holds them accountable, and that creates that culture of nobody out of here will play harder than us. Otherwise, your ass is sitting down on the bench.
See, and I think you brought that up the other night, and I didn't get to chime in because you had multiple callers, and I totally get it. But that to me is my biggest worry. I said to my
Yeah,
cousin
especially after
earlier,
this year, right?
yeah, I said to my cousin, in my opinion, there's 3 times this year Mark Pope was accountable. Twice was for himself. Once was the technical he got at Arkansas after we got 4 technicals in about 20 seconds, and he literally looked at the team and said, "That's on me." So he took a
Yeah,
little bit of accountability there.
yeah.
He got a technical at home against Missouri when JQ was mauled on a offensive rebound and nothing was called, and
I think that was a scheduled technical.
I
I
think it
really
was too.
do.
I do.
I think that was a we're all calling for it. We want to see some fire from Pope, and it
Sure,
was almost like because it was just a weird point of the game to
it
where like
was.
it was like mid first half, and it was we were up. I don't know how if we were up or down, but
We were up.
it was just a random situation. It's
It
not like
was.
it was. You know what I'm saying? It just looks so forced, and
Yeah,
it does. I mean, I know that and the whole that BG situation.
the one where he benched him. That was the only other one
Yeah.
I was talking about. When he didn't get back
Okay.
on
So
defense, he
like,
jogged.
can we name one other
Excuse
occurrence
me.
where somebody got benched after making a stupid mistake?
Nope, not one.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is he did it to Jasper against Iowa State after that, but it was too late. It wasn't immediately. It was
Right.
2 or 3 minutes later.
After
I'm
a bad
talking
three. Yeah.
immediately after a stupid mistake. I mean, sometimes you have to, and it may not be you have to work your way up as a player to build trust as a coach and say, okay, I did something dumb. Okay, he knows how to recover from that. But if you don't have trust in a player to where they can recover, or you don't think they will, then you gotta yank them. You gotta yank them and say, hey, we just can't have that right now. I want to play you. Prove to me that I can play you and practice, but you have to prove it in a game.
Yep. I believe I said the other night, you can't you can talk everything you want to say right, and especially say everything right pregame and everything right postgame. But if you're telling me you were focused in the pregame and that you needed to be more focused in the postgame, and I went and watched the game and I could tell you weren't focused the first 30 minutes, the words don't mean nothing because you can't hide underneath those lights. Those lights
Can't
tell
hide.
all.
Can't hide. And I was told, I don't know, towards mid to late February that, from someone who has had access to some practices, that there was a chunk of guys who just didn't take practice serious.
I believe it.
And that was displayed on the court. That was displayed
Yes.
in their offense, their defense, their miscommunications, their lack of consistency with effort. That will carry over in every aspect.
To me,
yeah, I mean, it terrifies me that we're just going to have a repeat if we can't fix that problem.
As hoopers, want me to you as one hooper to another hooper. One, I'm only 6'3". Two, I wasn't very, very athletic. Three, I was known as a shooter that could pass the ball, right? So if I was playing against somebody that was bigger, taller, stronger, faster, I had to do the little stuff right. I had to make sure I boxed him out 10 feet before he got into the lane. Like my attention to detail, because my margin for error was so much smaller than somebody that was taller and more athletic than me. To me, that was this whole team. It was like I think you said this the other night. You're playing at Kentucky and you've got somebody talking about your effort. You should feel embarrassed if that is actually true. Like, what are you doing on national TV?
No, I agree. I'm telling you, that first game, the first practice after the Gonzaga debacle, I promise you, if I was a coach, those kids would have been absolutely
a couple of them may have
miserable
quit. They may have quit.
for 3. Yeah, I'm talking. there would have been garbage cans on each baseline, and they would have been filled with puke, because I promise you, it would have been the most miserable, probably 3.5 hour practice of their lives.
Absolutely.
And they go through that, and I can 100% guarantee you that shit would never happen again.
Never fly.
I remember I had a basketball game. I don't know, it was like middle school, like 6th or 7th grade. And, it's around the time where you think you're cool and you try to act like you're cool on the court. And I didn't play very hard. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, but I'm, 12 years old. I didn't put forth full effort.
Right.
And I think we won the game. And I got in the car that night after the game, acting like everything was cool. And my dad turns around and looks at me. He says, if I ever see you dog it and half-assed out there on the court, you'll never play again. Said, you'll never play again. If you're going to go out there, you're going to put forth 100% effort at all times. You're not going to let your teammate and your coach down by half-assing it and making me look dumb, making your coach and teammates look dumb. And from that day on, every single time I hit the court, and I did not have the athletic advantage against most of my opponents, but nobody ever played harder than me.
Nobody outworked you.
And that's one aspect of the game that you can control as a player.
Yeah.
You can control how hard you play. If you're not making shots, who cares? Box out, get rebounds, get deflections, play solid help defense.
Mm-hmm.
Cheer on the freaking bench. You can control how hard you're cheering. Those little things do add up, and it's a culture thing. But and if some of these guys that get to Kentucky don't understand that at 18, 19, 20 years old, number one, that's a problem. And I hate that that wasn't preached to them as a young athlete. But number two, it's almost like you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten away with it their whole lives. And well, if you're gonna, treat me like this, then I'm just gonna hit the road and transfer.
So I played against you graduated 2010, I graduated 2009. I played against Scotty Hobson, who went to Tennessee, played at University Heights in our region down in Hopkinsville.
Did you play AAU growing up?
I played 1 year for the Nashville Celtics, and it really wasn't 1 year. It was like 10 games. Gotcha. But no, not really. No, not in travel ball. I did camps. I did the Brian something 10-star camp.
Did you do the blue chip camps?
Back
then.
Yep, I went to the blue chip camps, and there was another one that I can't remember.
So you played for Union County?
Yes,
Western Kentucky, right?
Yeah, we're Region 2. The I don't know. Yeah, the biggest name out of Union County is Tony Johnson. The year that Tayshaun Prince and them were the number 1 overall seed and they lost to UAB, the kid that hit the game-winning shot was Tony Johnson. He's from Union County. He knocked Tayshaun Prince and them out. They went to state and lost to eventual state champion Scott County in the Final Four in 1998. And his
98, yep.
And his playing partner ended up being my coach my freshman and sophomore year. And then in 2006 or 7, Joshua, he went to Coastal Carolina. He was the leading scorer in the state. I can't remember where he played at. No, he played at UHA. Joshua, he averaged, I can't remember his name, but the second leading scorer of the state was from Union County, Antonio Davis. He ended up being my roommate in college. But
man, I feel like our generation was just we were built different compared to these kids now.
Well, what I was getting at with Hobson was, sorry to cut you off, but what I was getting at with Hobson, that year, 2008, it was my junior year. It was set up, and they say that the draw happens before the year starts, and it just so happened that Darius Miller's region was at the top of the bracket and Scotty Hobson's region was at the bottom of the bracket. They were supposed to meet in the state championship game, and the winner would have been Mr. Basketball. Yep. Scotty Hobson came into Union County. We have over 5,000 seat gym. I mean, it's a pretty good sized gym. 2008, Billy Gillespie showed up. Gillespie was there. I think Bruce Pearl was there. This dude could have cared less. We weren't a great team at all.
And I never played against him, but just watching him play, he portrayed that demeanor like he didn't care.
No, like he didn't. It was so nonchalant. I'm the best player. I'm the best athlete. We actually were up, I think, 6 after the first quarter, and his point guard, Daquan Brown, went to not far from me, Southeastern Illinois College, and became an All-American in JUCO. And he had almost 40 against us, and he tore our point guard up. Scotty Hobson had 16 points, and he could have cared less. I think they beat us by 15, 16 points. Once they got up in the second quarter, it stayed around 10 to 12. We never really got close. We never had a chance to win.
Yeah.
But playing against that blue chip talent, that 5-star that Scotty Hobson was like, all right, he's not doing this tonight. I'm not having this. And bro, he literally took himself out of the game. He was so uninterested to be there and to hear, in my opinion, me and you talk about being ball players that weren't blessed with the God-given talent. It's like, man, I would have went out every single night to take somebody's neck and to be the best player.
Sure. And you can even look at, as you were saying that, And with all that talent he had, raw talent, size,
Yeah.
shooting ability,
Mm-hmm.
Scotty Hobson played 1 year in the NBA.
Yep. He
1 year.
actually still is pro overseas. But yes, I
Yeah.
think he.
I mean, an NBA body, an NBA
Yes.
athleticism, NBA shooting ability, NBA everything but competitive mindset.
Yep. Mentality.
And it plays a big role, guys. So I'm hitting on an hour, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. And
You're good.
Travis, man, I appreciate you coming on. Anytime I do this, I'll shoot you a message and let you know. You have some great points, and I think that we grew up in an era to where that type of stuff was enforced and
Mhm.
taught to us at a very young age.
It was
I really
inevitable.
question if that stuff is really imprinted on these young kids nowadays. I know if they I'm coaching my 8-year-old son, 7, 8, he'll be 8 next week.
Mhm.
I'm coaching him. I am literally, that's the number one thing I say, hey, I don't care if you play good or bad, but if you go out there, give it your all, let no one play harder than you, let no one play tougher than you, then that's all I can ask.
I go.
And I hope that mentality is being taught to these young athletes, because it looks like it's kind of falling off the rails.
I will agree, and I just want to add one quick thing to what you just said. And I go back, and I know it's a movie. We don't know how it was back when it happened, but if you go back to the Permian Panthers, when Billy Bob Thornton said, "If you
Oh,
can
man.
look your brother in the eyes with clear eyes after this game, that you done any and everything you could, then you can walk away happy. If
Yeah.
not, then you'll have regret for the rest of your life."
Absolutely.
You know,
Hit it
and
home. Hit it home. What a great ending statement. I like it, Travis. I like it,
so
man. All righty. I will let you go. I'm gonna close the show here, bro. Hop on anytime I do this. We greatly appreciate it.
absolutely, man. Keep doing your
All
great
right,
work,
man.
and I will always be tuning in. And anytime I get a chance to call in, if I get tapped in, I'm always ready. So I appreciate the love, and you guys are doing great work. Keep doing
Appreciate it,
everything that you're
man.
doing, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a good one. We
You
appreciate
too,
it.
buddy. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Some good calls. Good calls today. I wasn't sure if we were going to get any or not. Some really good stuff. I know it kind of went on ramble mode there for a while, but that's just, that's what we have to do when we're not playing, and we have to make up stuff to talk about. This was BBN Unfiltered live pop-up call-in show. A one-man host. Like I said, I did this to try to see if I'm able to host a show on my own without having a co-host to bounce back with. So I appreciate y'all hopping on. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the callers. Y'all stay good. Let's watch some basketball tomorrow. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know who y'all want to win now that we're out of the tournament. Hit us up on Facebook. We want to hear from y'all. Make sure you follow us: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, BBN Unfiltered. We love y'all. Have a good one.